It's a delight to know that you are tuned to CRTV News for the book with Suzy. What do you do when your own home tells you that your dream is worthless? On the book with Suzy today, we bring you the story of a young lady who turned pain into purpose with nothing but a needle, thread, and unshakable faith. The author of Skilled Hands, Turning Scars into Stars, Rita NJITONE Sume, is right here with me to share how a skill a family once dismissed became the tool that opened doors for the protagonists across the world. You're so much very welcome to this program, Rita.
Thank you for having me.
Skilled Hands, Turning Scars into Stars, okay? The title is metaphorical, right? For viewers who are watching us today and who don't know the story, what is the one moment you say your protagonist's scars started becoming stars?
Wow, thank you for that question. Indeed, there are many scars in the protagonist's life, but one moment, like you said, when the scars eventually become stars, I would say it's when her boss's friend appreciates the clothes that she has sewn for his children using thread and needle. One would think that, you know, she did it in a big fashion house, but he became curious when he learned that it was just with thread and needle that such wonderful clothes were sewn, and then eventually offers her a contract as an in-house seamstress. That right there is a big moment when one of her biggest scars was turned into a star.
Now tell us what this book is all about.
Wow, I like that question. Skilled Hands tells us a story about a young girl by name Sonet Diobe Gift, who is born into a very poor family. And when her parents get married, they are faced with the pressure from the society. Because in our society it's such that when you get married in the morning, by midday people are really looking at your stomach to see whether there's a bomb or something like that. And if by evening nothing seems to be happening, tongues start working, people start asking questions, and eventually they get into the waiting room. The waiting room is a challenging period where, I mean, it puts many things online. In this instance, the man is the one with the issue. But because the woman wants to preserve his integrity, preserve his reputation, she chooses to take the bullets. She accepts to take the blame. And eventually, you know, the society has its own ways of quick fixing some situations that we are faced with. And so society resolves that polygamy, it's the ideal option, it's the ideal solution. So they bring in a new wife, and this new wife is chosen by virtue of the fact that she has had a son before. So definitely she's fertile. She's one who can bear children, you know, on Monday morning, Tuesday afternoon, and Wednesday evening.
I like the way you put
bring
it.
her quickly. And she comes in and brings her own fair share of trouble into the home. Consequently, God in heaven answers this couple's prayer and gives them a beautiful baby girl who is gifted, who is skilled in sewing. But because society thinks that if you resort to sewing, hairdressing, makeup, and all those things, it means in pidgin that school don't pass you, or that you don't have the head for the certificate. Her mother does her best to show the talent. But eventually, you know, it's often said that when God is the giver of the talent, no matter how much man tries to bury it, that seed would eventually germinate at some point. The seed germinates and eventually she becomes a boss lady. If you want to know more, read the book.
You get the book. That's just what viewers watching this program today would do.
Yes.
You would definitely give them your contact at the end of the program.
Yes.
But now, you said something about polygamy. We know that Sonne was born in a polygamous home after her parents waited 7 years and faced a lot of mockery. How did that early experience shape the way she sees herself today?
You know, definitely they named her Gift because she came in as a gift. she came in as a compensation. Her coming into this world was an answered prayer. So her perception was based on what her mother explained to her. Her mother made her to understand that she was not an incident, neither was she an accident. She was in this world to fulfill purpose. She was in this world to shut the mouths of those who were mocking them during the time when they were in the waiting room. So the waiting room period gave her the understanding of who she truly was, of her identity, not just as a person, but the purpose, the role that she has to play on earth as a human being. And I think that it's necessary for parents who have gone through such situations to take the time to explain to their children that the waiting room was faced with so and so challenges. So you did not just appear, you did not just occur. You came here as an answered prayer, and so you should live the life that befits an answered prayer.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that is well said.
Thank you.
Very motivational.
Thank you.
Okay, now we are going to get back to you because
Okay.
at this point in time we need to take the forward of this program. We are glad to have Bacham Linda
Cha.
Tajocha.
Good.
She's telling you why this book is a must read.
The book Skilled Hands Turning Scars into Stars by Rita NJITONE Sume is a must read because it teaches important life lessons about hard work, perseverance, and determination. It is also an unmissable book because it highlights the importance of skill acquisition in a society where many people still share the view that skill acquisition, handwork, craftwork is only for school dropouts. Skilled Hands comes in to challenge that negative mindset. Skilled Hand comes in to change that negative mindset while also emphasizing on the fact that practical skills could benefit both graduates and non-graduates. The book also teaches loyalty, love, compassion, and forgiveness. In this book, we see Sonia Gift in a strange country where she is employed. She serves her master wholeheartedly and loyally, just like the Bible tells us in the book of Colossians chapter 3, verse 23 to 24, that whatever your task, work heartily at serving the Lord and not men. While in the waiting room, she finds favor in the eyes of her employer, who sponsors her through school, the fashion school, and also helps to establish her own fashion business. This book is interesting and very inspiring. I give this book a solid 5 on 5, and I recommend this book to pupils, to students, to teachers, to journalists, to policymakers, to parents. Together, we all can help to change the negative mindset surrounding skill acquisition.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, then you're watching The Book with Suzy and Rita. They fondly call her Mommy Ritz.
Yes, you're right.
Okay. She's my guest on today's program, and we are reviewing Skilled Hands, Turning Scars into Stars.
Good.
Well, many people face opposition from within their own homes.
That's
and
right.
that we could see that with Sonny. Okay. How did she keep going despite the wickedness she faced from her stepmother?
Generally, motivation starts from within. Many times we are faced with opposition, just like you said, and people react differently to different kinds of oppositions. Some people become rebellious, others are violent, some are aggressive, some are just mute. But she chooses to ignore and keep excelling. Many times she could have confronted her stepmother, because in the book you see instances where her stepmother will go as far as putting dry pepper into her rubbing oil, just to make life uncomfortable for her.
Very
like you
difficult
think
for her.
that they thought of it, first of all, But there's no instance where Gift ever confronts her stepmother. All she ever does is to challenge herself to determine and decide that she will excel even beyond the obstacles. So, in line with your question, one of the things that kept her going amidst the oppositions and the challenges was the fact that she told herself that whatever it will take for her to become successful, for her to excel at her craft, is what she will do, regardless of whatever it is that, the opposition has to say or do.
Okay. Her parents initially discouraged sewing. They say it was for failures. What will you say to young people today who are told that tailoring, mechanics, or farming are not serious careers?
To such people, the message is simple. God, who gave everyone that unique talent, knows why he gave this boy that and this girl that. And so allowing them to be the best version of themselves, allowing them to express their craft optimally is the right thing to do. And also the pressure that society mounts with the impression that if you are a hairdresser, a seamstress, a makeup artist, and all of that, is tantamount to the fact that you have failed in school.
So, yeah.
Those are things that need to be broken, and they can only be broken by giving the people a chance to express themselves and to excel in their crafts.
You described sewing as a gift. How did Sone's faith, help her hold on when things got hardest?
I like the use of the word faith, because faith is believing that the one who gave you the instruction is able to take you to the end, despite the challenges, despite the hurdles. She was gifted by God. Yes, her mother was a seamstress, and sometimes some of these gifts are inborn. But even in the fact that they are inborn, it comes from the Creator. So her gift kept her close to the giver of the gift. Sone or Gift or Diobe never disconnected from God, even when things went rough. Even when, it was like this was the right time to give up. She never disconnected from God. And her connection to God increased her compassion. It made her see beyond what was supposed to be a barrier. The lady she was working for in Dubai was really maltreating her and not doing anything to be of help. But she did not transfer aggression to the children. She could have said, you know what, due to what your mother is doing to me, I will just return the favor. I will just transfer aggression. But she doesn't do that.
Yes.
Her faith gives her compassion. Her compassion gives her the possibility to find an escape route in sewing. Because at some point, sewing was that thing that made her happy. Sewing was that thing that she could do and feel relief, feel okay, and really, be herself. And thanks to her faith, compassion, consistency, and her resilience, she was able to get what God, the giver of the gift, had programmed for somebody like her.
Time for us to take our Vox Pop. We went into the streets of Yaoundé to ask this question. Can you share a difficult moment in your life that later became a blessing for you? And let us listen to what these people had to say.
Okay.
The one difficult moment that turned out to be a blessing for me and my family was the crisis, the Anglophone crisis. By then we were working in Bafoot as a teacher. When the crisis came, everything stopped. It was difficult for us to feed ourselves. There was just no future for us. But within this difficult moment, I received a call to come up to Yaoundé for a teaching job. Initially, we doubted whether I was going to work. But we noticed when we came here, we had not just a teaching job. I think we went up to do a few things we couldn't do back then while we were in Bafoot. And honestly, our coming here has been a blessing, not only to me and my family.
The difficult moment that became a blessing for me, I can remember when I was still seeking for a job. Normally, I'm a nurse by profession, But when I came to Yaoundé, the nursing profession was not really paying because those who wanted to hire me, they were not paying well. So I had to switch to teaching. But then when I had opportunity to deposit my applications everywhere, I discovered that the 3 places I deposited my applications, they took me and the pay package was really good. So I just believed that moment was my moment of blessings. I had many opportunities and I had to choose one, so I was confused. It was really a blessing.
Now, I want us to go back to the book, and I want to find out from you, at what point did your protagonist, Sonnet Diobe, realize her skill wasn't just putting food on the table, but opening doors beyond Cameroon?
When she found herself being employed in Dubai, you know, one could have expected that her employment would have been the this is it moment for me. Oh, I've gotten to the summit, I've gotten to the top, and that's all that there is to it. But remember, her friend had gone back home because of the conditions, the situation surrounding them. She went back home. So her mind was based on how she could help that friend. In the process, she realized that it was not okay to help just that friend because there were many more people like the friend who also could be helped by the crafts, the skill, the talent that she had. So consequently, she realized that success is not a destination. Success is a journey. And this journey is such that in the process, you meet different people who will help you, as well as other people whom you will help. So people had helped her. So it was time for her to give back, not to the same people, but to other people who, of course, are also in need of help. So the moment where she saw that, oh, it's time for me to be of help to other people, was the time when her friend with whom she went to Dubai was, I don't want to say repatriated, but chose, based on circumstances, chose to go back to Cameroon. And she said, no, if I'm helping just one person, that doesn't cut it. It's not sufficient. So I can as well help the community. And that's where she began to take steps, make efforts to ensure that everyone within and even around will be able to get as much help as she could offer.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, when you talk about, one may feel this is your story, but you told me it was just creative writing.
Yes, and I remember adding that that's what happens when the inspiration is divine. And now I understand why he gave skilled hands in this season, because I think it's time for us to get to that point where we encourage, we hone,
We motivate.
we acquire, we support, we motivate everyone who is doing their utmost to use the skills
that they
God
have.
has put in their hands.
That's very interesting. We are going to come back to you.
Okay.
We want to meet Ewan Walters.
Okay.
He's based in the US because it's time for us to have on the shelf. Okay. So from him, we want to know the types of books that he loves reading. First of all, he will present himself. He will tell us the types of books he loves reading and which one, you know, goes closer to his heart. Okay, he will tell us all of that. Okay. Over to you, Ewan.
I am Ewan Walters. I'm somebody who is very, very passionate about reading. They say if you stop reading, you should stop teaching. I read a lot of newspapers. I read a lot of drama, sometimes poetry. But then my greatest passion is for prose, free verse. I like it. And the most that I have read a lot is the works of Chinua Achebe, with a great focus on Arrow of God. It has had a lot of bearing in me because there is a lot that goes in that book. There's a lot that has been put in that deals with life right around me, right around us in Africa, right around us here in Cameroon. So I've been so interested in that book that from time to time I go back there because there's just so much in it. The proverbs that you have in that book, it takes me back to one of the proverbs that he said, that proverbs are like the palm oil with which words are being eaten. That is one of his quotations in Things Fall Apart. And think about this one, where it says, wisdom is like a goatskin bag that every man carries his own. Everybody has a degree of wisdom. Some people don't even know that they are wisdomites. Some don't know that they are wise. Some don't even know how to use that gift. It has impacted me a lot. Through that book, I've learned a lot of things that happen around the world, because it is a book of all seasons. It's a book of all time. It's a book of all generations. The themes that are handled in that book is still relevant from the colonial period till this time. All that is handled in that book is still relevant till today. So I'm really passionate about reading that particular book. Prose. I really love prose. And that is my best piece that I like to read. The Arrow of God by Chinua Achebe. Thank you very much.
Welcome back. We are soon going to be drawing the curtains on this edition of the program, The Book with Suzy, and we are having an interesting conversation with Rita NJITONE Sume with her book, Skilled Hands, Turning Scars into Stars. CRTV viewers are watching from all over Cameroon and even beyond. If you had 30 seconds to speak directly to young girls to a young girl in a village who feels stuck, what will you tell her?
Learn a skill, use the skill, and no matter the challenges you face, keep going, because success is at the end.
That was quick. 30 seconds.
I kept to time.
You kept to time, indeed. Your story is about turning pain into purpose. Yeah. What is your hope for Cameroon's next generation of skilled young people?
Shutting their ears to the noise. By noise, we are referring to stereotypes. What will they say? What will people say? People have been talking since the world was created. But you know, it's time to distinguish the noise from the voice. Okay. And the next generation should be encouraged, empowered enough to learn a skill and use the skill to put food on their table. Not just putting food on their table, but also ensuring that they are able to provide tables for those around them. A skill is something that will never leave you at the junction. Okay. A skill is something that will never leave you stranded. When you have the skill, it's inborn. You can also go and learn one so that you get better at what you're doing. And even if it doesn't seem too good today, be consistent, be resilient, be resistant, be persistent. At the end of the day, you will not just be rewarded, you will receive the same kind of awards that Sone Diobe gift received at the beginning of the book.
How do people therefore contact you if they are interested in grabbing their own copies?
That's amazing. For those in the diaspora, the book will soon be available on Amazon. And for those in Cameroon, the book is available in Yaoundé at Dream Bookshop, that's at Rompo Express. Jolly Life Bookshop, also at Monte-Jouvence. It's available at Solutions Bookshop in Douala. We are working towards looking for partnerships so that we can also get it in the Northwest and Southwest region. However, you can contact the number 677-552511. I'll take that again. Okay. 677-552511.
Wow. It was a pleasure to have you on this set today.
The pleasure is mine.
Yes, I know that a lot of people watching, they have been inspired in one way or the other.
Thank God.
Okay, make good use of your skills. Yes. And of course, get the award that Sone Diobe got in this book.
Need I add that the book is available in French?
Okay. Also
and
in French?
In English.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah.
So there's no excuse to say I did not understand what was written in English. It's also written in French.
Okay. Thank you for this bilingualism that you're putting at the fore. It was a pleasure having you on this program today. And of course, I want to thank you for watching this edition of the program. We shall be coming back next Wednesday for another exciting edition with another must read. Thank you for watching and bye-bye.
Bye.